Hello painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, back today for a little bit of painting fun, and today I'm going to do a flip cup, but a flip cup with a difference because a recent painting I did was a swirl painting where I split my cup half and half and I put different colours in each half, and it came out really cool, and I was thinking wouldn't that be interesting to do with a flip cup and see if it had a similar effect. So I am going to layer up my flip cup with two different colours on either side. I'm going to start with, for a change, some silver because this silver, it looks kind of cool on its own. See, I've just poured that in there, and can you see? It already makes like little cells. It's a really interesting colour. Just the colour on its own breaks up into lots of very interesting shapes. But I've never had a lot of luck with it in the pour because it always kind of seems to mix with the other colours and goes a bit grey. But I am going to throw caution to the wind today because I'm doing something a little bit different and try out some of this silver and see if it gives a nice finish on the painting. So now I am going to layer up these colours half and half on each side. So I've got chrome yellow, and I'm going to do it very carefully. So I layer up the painting over half the cup with the yellow, and then on the other side this bright orange, and it's bound to push that colour over a little bit, so I overdid it with the half and half. Okay. So those are the first two. In terms of my mix for all of the paints are all pre-mixed in my squeezy bottles today. So those are 2 parts of paint and then 1 part of Floetrol, water as needed to get the nice creamy consistency, and per bottle, which is an 8-ounce bottle, I'll put around 10 or 12 drops of the treadmill belt silicone. So that's our first layer, and now I'm going to add another little bit of silver over the top because I thought it'd be quite nice. If I'm going to go with silver, I'm going to go all the way today and put a lot of silver. So now some orange again on that first half, and now some yellow. And so I'm putting the paints in the cup quite carefully because I do want to see if I can keep the two layers quite distinct. So that's our first ones. Let's go with a bit more silver. And now I'm going to do some pink, and I'll put the pink next to the orange because those seem to look absolutely crazy together. They don't look as though they should work, so let's give it a try and see if it does. And then I've got this, which is the darker of the two red colours that I tend to use. It's a real kind of fire engine red. So let's put that on the other half of the cup. Then some more silver. And again more with the magenta and the red. So I'm now going to carry on with my layers of colour. You don't need to watch me do that in real time. I've got some more silver and then some blues to go on the top. And then we'll come back and I'll see what it looks like when we flip. Okay, so my paints are all layered up and I've got my cup half and half. So very carefully, I'm going to hold the cup. Actually, I'm going to turn the cup 90 degrees so that as I flip, I'm hopefully flipping in the direction that I've poured the paints. And it's a pretty full cup, so they're not going to move a whole bunch in the cup as I flipped it. Now, let's give it a tap. And I'm going to clear a few things out of the way, just in case I get a little bit of runoff. And then we will lift up and see what we get. Are you ready for the flip? Let's go for it. Well, I've got a lot of red. A lot of red. The other colours here around the side, where it's coming out just the last little bit. Actually, let's see what I can do. Can I dribble some of that over the top? I think I left it a bit late. I could have run some of those dribbles over the top and maybe broken up a little bit of that red with some of the other colours, but I'll flick I'll flip and let's see what comes of it. Nice. Okay, so I think I've got plenty of paint. I've certainly got plenty of colours. I think, oh my word, now that looks very nice. Goodness gracious. I should stop and take a picture of my cup in a minute. So I'm going to just give it a little torch over because I can see a lot of bubbles. Okay, and I can see lots of silver here. Wow, shimmery, shimmery. So let's give it a little tilt and see what we get. It will be a shame to lose some of these other colours and just end up with a whole bunch of red. But well, sometimes you get what happens and you go with what you're given. So let's see. I think I'm not going to worry too much about over tilting, because the more I tilt, I think the more colours I'm going to get as the red breaks up. So I'm going to let it tilt. I'm going to try and put it all in a single place here on the bench, because I will dip that afterwards, because there's lots of paint, lots of colours, and I think I'm going to be able to keep some of that blue, so that looks good. And as I'm doing it, the pink is coming through, and I've got some really nice bits there. Let's see. And that blue with the silver is looking really striking in the middle. Okay, nice, very nice. Now I am noticing one strange thing. Most of my painting is looking good, but on this side here, I've got a lot of really thin areas. So there's one paint here which is creating a problem, a real problem. Actually, I wonder if it's just the canvas, because these other two sides are absolutely fine, and this side on the canvas here is really thin. You can see where the paint is kind of just resisting, and on this side too now it's happening too. Oh, that's disappointing. These other two sides are perfect. So it may be just something on the canvas. Do you ever have canvases like that sometimes? I'm convinced sometimes that maybe I should just gesso all these canvases, because when something like this happens, it is really disappointing. So I think I'll be able to save it. I will pick up, I've got plenty of dribbles, so I can pick that up and add it onto the side here, but it's certainly not ideal. I would rather it be more of a continuation of the pattern on the top and not have to worry about doing things like this. But well, it happens sometimes, and it's a mystery sometimes as to why, especially with something like this where half of the canvas is really good and then the other half is crazy thin with all the paint coming off. Okay, I think it's going to be good. I can just babysit and touch up those little bits, but wow, look at these colours. That is so vibrant, and I've got so much silver in here. I can really see it shimmering on all of the colours. It's going to look really good. So let me go and wash my hands up and then we'll take a closer look. So here it is, and looking good. I love the colours, absolutely love the colours. And I've definitely got what seems to be more of a 50-50 split. Definitely got the yellow and the orange more on this side, and then I've got more of the pink on this side for sure, and barely no pink on this side. So it's definitely given me more of a split canvas for sure by putting the colours in separately like that. And wow, it's nice. Really, really nice. The colours are strong and vibrant. They haven't mixed together very much because of the careful way that I put them into the cup. I like this little section with the blue, with the yellow and the red. Wow, really good. So generally if you mix, you know, like blue, yellow and red together, you kind of get mud, but because of the careful way they were layered in with the silver in between, it looks really nice, really nice. So some really nice areas, and I think I'll be able to get my camera out and take some good macros of this, and I'm pretty convinced once it dries, there's so much shimmer on the surface with the silver paint that I used that hopefully it's going to look really cool. I will just need to babysit these sides. Certainly on this side, absolutely fine. No problems on this side at all. The paint goes all the way over the side. You can see how it's looking really good. But then on this side, it's a disaster. look what's happened on this side. Doesn't look good at all. Now I've got a lot of dribbles, so we'll pick it up carefully with a brush and just try and fill those in, but yeah, that is disappointing. That's not ideal, and it bugs me when something like that happens, because I don't think there was anything I did to make that happen. It's just one side of the canvas, for some reason the paint just doesn't like it. So as usual, I will dry it up now and varnish it and show you what it looks like when it's all finished. Well, and here it is, almost finished. Now you're going to go, whoa, what happened there? Well, what happened there was a video editing error, and I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So I did a nice recording of what the painting looked like and said I was going to embellish it, and then I lost the video, or it hadn't recorded. So this is what it looks like when it is embellished. And the reason I did this, I thought once it was done that the painting, well, for one, it lacked, for want of a better word, I suppose, it lacked focus. It didn't have a focal point. It was very nice. The colours are really great on it. They're really shimmery because of all of the silver and everything, and it looks really good. And I thought it looked a bit like a coral reef, and that was the ideal background for something that I had been planning for my husband. This is a lionfish, so I thought this background was perfect to paint on this lionfish, which is something I've had planned for a little while to give to my husband for Christmas. So it's not quite finished as yet. I've got a little bit more to do, and then obviously some finishing, a finishing spray or something on it. But I thought at least you'll be able to see what this pour turned out like, and it really turned out very, very nice. The colours on it are good. It's nice and shimmery because of all the silver, but of course it's dull right now because it doesn't have a protective finish or anything on it, but it made an ideal background for a backdrop. So I thought I will do another quick video, just like a couple of minutes, just to show you how I did this and what materials I used, in case there's something you want to do to embellish your pours as well. So watch out for that. That will be coming up soon, just as a quick separate couple of minute video to show you how to do that. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you at acrylicpouring.com very soon.